Hey everybody, this is Asher here today with Darkest Dungeon, interestingly enough, a post-commentary. Because when I recorded this one previously, my microphone wasn't working, which was really annoying because I did like this enough where, first off, Darkest Dungeon, the way it saves, you can't replay it. But B, I wouldn't anyway be doing one, so here we are. We have people reorganized on the right. We are checking out the sanatorium where Duquesne is still in there. And I do have a few new people, including Turiel D, who requested to be named as either a man-at-arms or a houndsperson. I figured the name befitted the eye patch pretty well, so here we go. And today we're just looking around at different places. You can tell from the title that we're going to the Cove. So in fact, we are going to be going to the Cove. And I apologize for the burp there. Now this video is going to be slightly different. A, because it is a post-commentary, and B, because of the fact that, well, I know what happens, but I can still try and raise the suspense just a little bit. But we are looking to see who is available, and we actually do get quite a few viewers on there. Koval is going to be making the cut. You got on here, yay! Both of you are over half stress already. Yumaz, who is completely stress-free because, well, he survived last time. Him and Koval survived without a healer, but this time we do have a healer, which is Paydecore. Hello, you. Still flagellant as always, but back again. Now, when I'm looking over here, you'll see one mistake that I do make that I could pay for pretty hard later is that, hey, you know what? We actually have the guild, excuse me for the cough. We do have the guild, and I do elect to go ahead and actually upgrade the training here. Because, as I said previously, while you can actually upgrade certain ability, or you can upgrade weapons and gear, you can also upgrade abilities, or more importantly, unlock abilities. And I like my Vestals to have both healing skills. Divine Comfort, which is the party heal for a little bit, or the regular one, Divine Grace. So I upgrade both of those, because who needs the money? Actually, I'm doing pretty good making a profit. I don't know why. I have not been coughing all day. I've been talking all day. It's old pizza. It's got to be old pizza. That's it. So, Turiel, welcome. You are a man-at-arms. It actually has most of the abilities that I like as man-at-arms. I usually use my man-at-arms as a frontliner. So we're going to embark again, and before we go, I think this is probably where I'm going to remember to actually look at what gear I have available real quick, because I do like this team. Yumaz is going to provide some good party buffs, plus some utility with bleed, although he can't hit the front line or the back line with the bleed, which can get a little bit annoying, and I don't have someone like Clumsy Mind the Bounty Hunter to shift the line around. And so that's going to be something to look at here. But it starts like, I'm going to go to the Cove. No, I'm going to go to the Warrens. No, I'm going to go to the Ruins. Because I was thinking about the Weld originally, but it's a medium mission. I don't think my team is quite ready for that. So still a bunch of crests available. That's pretty good. So let's see what we got. Provisions real quick. I think this is where I'm going to go, hey, wait, let's back up. I do this every time. I record, I'm like, hey, wait, let's look and see what we actually have. Bounty Hunter item, which is pretty good for 2 speed, because you know Clumsy, what he needs is speed. Plus 20 to heal skills is 20% to heal skills. I'm talking very southern all of a sudden. Southern United States, by the way, for those of you who had not figured out from my American accent. Then we have Bloodthirst Ring, which minus food consumed is pretty nice. But the lack of dodge, well, there's some characters that actually don't really care too much about dodge. And one of them is actually, if I get around to it, we do have Turiel getting a funky eye patch with a skull and crossbones. Yumaz with the blood pendant, even though it's Hellion only. Amazingly, I still don't have Hellions. I always have problems recruiting Hellions. Anything for you, Yumaz? I feel like I got you something. 10% max HP plus no dodge. It doesn't matter if you're a leper, Koval. I mean, that leper mask is pretty nice. We don't like the minus 10% HP. Those possible resist could be good, but since lepers, for some reason, have no dodge anyway, that's what's going to happen here today. So, anything else that's worth my time? Probably, maybe not. The itemization is actually improved quite a bit since I played before, but we're heading to the Cove, and we're doing our usual provisions. I've done an amazing job. Pat myself on the back for not spoiling the Cove for myself at all. So if you're watching this video, I may have been recording ahead just a little bit based on my upload times lately or this week. It's a little bit of a crazy week, but I haven't spoiled anything for myself, so if we make mistakes, we're going to make them big, and hopefully we don't kill 3 of our viewers. Hit the embark button, and this is a part that I usually cut because of
These salts
well,
of
editing,
caverns are
but
teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
alright, so there's the narrator talking. Not as mouthy for the opening of the cove as some other places, but I guess it's like, hey, look, it's a flooded area down on the bottom. Who knew, right? So, pay to core, and this is where I realized, oh, damn it. The one thing I did not do that I should have done, you can set the skills in town. And I did not set her skills. I would have probably taken out Hand of Light. Any of her skills that increase her torch are a little annoying when I'm trying to do a torchless run. I mean, I get the idea of why you want to have torch skills, but let's go ahead. Pitch Black! Where's Vin Diesel when you need him? And we're already walking over here. And like I said, while I know what's going to happen, I'm not going to sit here and just spoil it for you. Eerie Coral. And there's nothing in the Eerie Coral. So that's very exciting. And as we're walking along, there's always so quiet here. Actually did not see a trap pop up there at all. It may have been there the whole time, but interesting debuffs on the trap instead of just straight up damage. A little bit of a different flavor than a lot of other places where it's just, if you get a trap, it's like a bear trap and it beats the crap out of you. Here's a fight. I've been doing really good surprising people lately. But we do have our groupers and our shamans and well, we have our humans just in general. I'm not sure how they're all friends and why we're just sitting here trying to take their friendship away. But I do have Dazzling Light or Divine Grace. Not really a lot of great heal targets, so let's see if we can go for the stun, which we get. Turns up the torchlight just a little bit. We'll deal. So what's the best option here? I mean, there's trying to get prot for yourself, but let's just go ahead and hit the grouper as well. That could do a really good AoE later on. Now, the fish people do have pretty high bleed resist, but not bleed immunity, especially when they just die like that. But Stress Wave. But one thing that I really like, that I've noticed, and maybe it's just me being unlucky or super lucky, is that the AI really likes targeting stressed out people with stressed attacks. Like Koval, too bad you're already testing your resolve and you're fearful. I believe we've been down this track before. First fight already triggering this, so I could have put him into some healing area and I did not. And actually we have enemies buffing other people, which is something I'm not used to seeing. And so we do get a hit on you. And I'm trying to use my hotkeys just a little bit more. Still no great way to like heal, which is pretty exciting when I don't have to worry so much about healing just yet. Getting the stun off is good. It's just dark. Sorry guys. If there's a way I could turn off the torch in combat, I would. And actually, I elect to do something kind of smart here, which is stress heal myself. Now, one thing that I did not realize at the time that I'll realize really, really late in this episode is that his mask ability, taking off the mask, clears corpses. And that would have been really useful in this fight. So there's post-commentary the first for you, and instead of doing anything useful, I just take out another corpse, which bleed damage, it still formed a corpse, so I'm still figuring out the consistency for there. You, Maz, you're still stressed. And you're fearful, so let's stress everyone else out. That's so nice of you. So just looking at the different abilities here, and I can stress heal again. Do I see it? I don't see it. I try and manually clear the corpses. What a noob move. Alright. So Retribution doesn't always work. Doesn't usually work for me. Marks targets. Doesn't really do a lot. So you'll see here I'm just still... There's probably some fun and insightful things that I had to say. And I'm just missing it now because I'm like, oh look, let's give everybody an accuracy buff even though we can't hit the back. So Dazzling Light again, we actually... It's probably a better time to heal. But nope, I just try and clear corpse. So if there's one problem with this group right now, it's that we have no way to damage the back line. None. Maybe a grave robber that starved to death would have been really helpful. The good news is that this can't hurt me very much. It can stress me out, as we're seeing here. As now he's just hiding behind you, must hold me. Do I realize it yet? Nope, we move. Figure probably best just to heal. There we go. Good heal. 7 for healing. I really like the fact that Turiel's attack hits the front 3 rows, and for some reason I just crit the first, because why not? Dirk Stabby Stab or Slice Off. Dirk Stab will finish it. We'll just go fight the bleed resist. Nope, there we go. Nope. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is like the least insightful post-commentary ever. You're just in there saying, well, we know there's a fight. And my thing is that I could try and edit some of the stuff here so we get a pretty good scout. I try and reset the torch. We have one fight on the way next room. But, yeah, well, and that was just a misclick. I make this misclick quite a bit. It's interesting that moving him around actually gives him stress. I like that about the game. I don't like that, like I said, it's a little bit of a disjointed discussion here, but part of the reason is because, like I said, it's post-commentary. I don't always do it this way. And Darkest Dungeon is one of those games with very interesting pacing, as we have a drowned Thrall, a deep stinger who is very annoying and stuns all the time, and we have, like I said, I didn't spoil this for me at all. So I see a Thrall, I see a grouper. Let's hit the grouper. Seaward slash. Some of you that know the game know that I'm approaching this incorrectly. That's a really big hit. And we do have the potential to heal, which is a great because pay to core crits. And then we can slice off as well, which all these guys are pretty bleed resistant, and you're going to definitely resist bleed when it's underwater. So Vulture knows names. They have our staked out. Very exciting. Yuma's almost totally stressed out. Seaward slash. Nope. Shocker. Well, I do have the resist buff already, and there's no joke to be made there. And once again, we can possibly chop up people. So I go for the sure kill. And we can do the crush thing here. And we can possibly heal up a little bit. But now the drowned Thrall is just sitting there on the front line. I can dirk stab him and possibly kill him. Or I can try and do bleed attacks on things that are kind of bleed resistant. So unfortunately, Yuma is not nearly as effective here. And here's the revenge. He got hit once, so much damage to everybody. I think my actual reaction was, oh, shit. And then I'd have to watch and be like, well, how did that happen? I think it just happened because I hit him and didn't kill him, and I didn't stun him. So you need to burst him down, perhaps, or just kill him first. Kill the Thrall first. And that's the thing, is that is a ton of just a crap ton of damage to take. And this little stinger thing is not really hurting me very much right now, but the stress, as Yumaz is now focused, which is great. That actually helps the whole party quite a bit, as you can see. A bit of buffs there as well. So the Joker laughs in the face of death. And I could have tried to hold on the fight to get some more healing in. That might have been better, but for all the damage we took, the party's actually not doing that bad. But I do check to see the virtue bonuses there at higher crit, higher accuracy. All good stuff. So more scouting. Once again, I'm very surprised at the amount of scouting that I get here, as I see 2 fights. Now our mission for this skirmish is to clear 100% of room battles, which is technically harder than explore 90% of rooms. But it's one of those things that can finish out a lot easier. I decided to do Holy Water because it's Eerie Coral. But okay, so the one person that needs stress reduction got stress reduction. Great. And there should be a trap. Oh, nope, a fight. So more groupers that are once again surprised. I guess they're like, what are you guys doing down in the water area? And I guess my question is, what are fish doing walking? So I could harvest to try and hit multiple here. Slice off might actually be better because it's more damage, but we do get 1 bleeding. So that's a plus. Might actually be able to get a kill before he can attack. And then it's going to be heal time. Who gets healed? This is where I could use sometimes to be able to see the health representations by a number in the bottom. That's a surprisingly hard hit for being bleeding. And then spear fishing, which I read as spear fisting the first time I saw it. Nothing juvenile about that, so I do elect a buff here. Something I do need to try and weave in more, because it's actually a really powerful buff. That grouper's not going to die on its own, though. As unfortunately, Yumaz might. And Seaward Slash. This is just, once again, a lot of damage, but this is a really low-level group, as I'm not taking enough advantage of Uriel's ability to attack the backline, but fortunately, Paydacore doing her role quite well. So I can heal, I can choppity chop. There's your chop. Still fearful, but could be worse. And I do elect to just try and end the fight. Because sometimes, if you don't end the fight, you can get a stress penalty, and stress penalties are bad. We do not like stress penalties. And overconfidence is an insidious killer. And this is where I start to think really hard. There is another fight coming. I'm at 7 health, 17 health. I do have some food available, but I'm looking at myself, and my thought is that the enemies in the cove are not doing a lot of damage to me. So if I can just... and that food get was actually really big, because that's 4 points of healing. If I can just get through one fight and kind of heal up a little bit, that'll be a big deal, as we get combat that we know is coming because we scouted stress wave on the correct target, because his stress is just so far low. Rend for the old gods, because the new gods are boring, I guess. That's a joke. So Koval, still at stress 110%. We do have Harvest. We do have Slice Off. Slice Off is the better bleed and does more damage. So that means that Acolyte will die. I don't know if I want to keep it up the whole time. And Turiel! Look, you're already at death's door. Welcome to the episode. And you're bleeding. So that's great. I could try and bandage myself. Or we could just go for the attack. Crit! So that's what we gave you the funky eye patch for, right? And fortunately, we can just heal you out of death's door with a great crit by Paydacore. Turiel, you live for now. And I do elect, even though there is a bleed dot that's wasted, that is much better spent as something that's dead. Call of the Deep. And I'm starting to feel it. It's like, you just gotta stabilize. It's a lot like a lot of... Another crit. Good thing is that... oh my god, that is a 5-round bleed. I just realized that watching over here again. Well, he's been hit by dots all the time. Alright. Good news is that he did not hit death's door a second time. I think the more times you hit it, the worse your death blow resistance goes. But, second crit by Paydacore. I did not remember that crit happening, but the crits are real here as everyone gets a buff. Actually, my fearful person getting a buff, which is very nice. And I think about, should I start slow rolling this a little bit? I got a lot of healing I need to do. And these guys, the one with the bleed is pretty nasty. So I do elect to Slice Off. Great crit there as well. Team's showing some really good resiliency. Like I said, you Maz, you're doing good. Everybody's doing good. It's just, this is a rough challenge. But if I can actually go and heal my back line instead of my front line. Once again, bandaging would have been really good here. I have a bandage that I'm just sitting on. Too bad. As we have Koval once realizing, hey look, it clears all corpses. It clears all corpses. Do I see it? I see it. I see it! Clear all corpses. You can do it, Asher. There we go. So that sends him to the front row where he does ceremonial cut, and suddenly we have somebody who goes from not hurting me at all to hurting me quite a bit. Look at that, 9 damage. Just last attack, first attack. Last attack, first attack. Now, I could actually... I do feel like I need to try and at least get a heal off in some way, shape, or form. So you're going to see me just do this, and someone may start to bitch and say, well, why aren't we actually attacking him? I'm really wanting Paydacore to be able to heal at least once. And then hopefully Koval can do something. Oh no, he's just going to cry at everyone else. So now Turiel's resolve is tested, and you're a shellfish because it's the Cove.
At any cost.
Alright, so survival at any cost. There we go. So if we hadn't made that fight go on so long, things could have been different. But I feel like, even though I have 2 people at max stress, I feel like I'm in okay position. So I elect to march on. So it's a good mission. I would be justified in running here. We do have a scout. We do have a trap as well. As I don't know what the Coves traps look like. So we gotta check and see who has our best trap resistance. Unfortunately, nobody here, especially not Koval, but nobody here has good trap resistance. So Yuma's gonna be the one to disarm it, and he gets trapped. Sorry, 2 damage, debuff. Lots of stress. Said I just got to get one more room battle, and that means one of these next 2 rooms. You all should be flanking me. That's it. Come on, Turiel. I know you're selfish, but come on. Alright, so one more room battle. Please don't be a hard one. Oh, here we go. Sea Maggot, another new enemy. And we're not surprised. Actually, this is the first, like, I don't know. It's the first time that I feel like in the comment they're getting a lot of hits in. First is Petacore stunned. That sucks. The Umaz. I don't know why I'm checking things all of a sudden. Because he's actually at death's door. Yarg. Who's gonna die? Everyone's gonna die. Now I can hit the Sea Maggot here as we go clump. 1 damage. Uh-oh. Monsters with high prot. Absorb attacks. Dots, bleeds, everything. Do that. And this is what I realized really quickly. Is that, first off, missing is not good. How true professional advances everyone's stressed out. And I actually can't bleed the front row. So everyone is really stressed out. We all are at maximum stress, but I guess she beat herself enough to be vigorous. That's good. And you know what? This is where sometimes Darkest Dungeon, this is why I like playing Torchless, because it's really interesting. And sometimes I don't bring the right party in because I haven't actually done this before. And it's really refreshing when I can say this on the channel, because there's so many times where when I do something, play a game, it's like, I've done this before. I kind of know what's going on, but here, we just gotta abandon. I did not bring the right party for this challenge. And I have a lot of good treasure to show for it and a lot of crests. So not at all a failed mission, even if I have to escape. We don't get the bonus rewards, but that pales in comparison to 4 people surviving. Granted, surviving at max stress, but look at all the heirlooms, look at all the crests. It is all just right there. 16. And we get a few things that we gotta take care of as well. Clumsy Koval, doesn't really matter. You can't go into negative dodge. We have Umaz wanting to flagellate. I guess Petacore talked about how nice it was. And 20% stress resistive torches above 75. That's useless. Return to town. And I don't have to stop talking, which is my habit here. But you can see how the loading went through a little weird. That's one reason I edit these things all the time. But you could see the little stress relief go down. There's a natural stress decay while you're sitting in town as well. And some of that was from over 100% stress. But there's our group. Everyone's kind of back. You're clumsy. You're there. You're a known cheat. But we are going to try and... Oh! Nope, the bar is taken. So Koval, as much as you'd like to drink, you got to go cloister yourself instead. Which is okay. Now, I forget who in my party is a witness, which means that he will not actually pray. Well, okay, Turiel, you won't do that. So, whoops. I guess you get to drink. Well, not drink. But that's what that means. That's one thing that I like, is that while some of these traits can change, you are forced to use different things. And some of this is, well, let's open up some more places. Umaz, you have to actually whip yourself. And unfortunately, that means that Petacore is not going to be able to do stress release this time. She'll have to do it next time. But that's pretty much it for this video. There's like just a little bit left, but not too much to it. Just me kind of putzing around town a little bit. But stuff we can definitely cover next time. Like I said, it's nice when I can actually play something and not know at all what's going on. It's a little annoying that I lost the audio from it because the audio didn't exist because I didn't do a sound check ahead of time. That's on me. But hey, get to show you regardless, get to talk post-commentary. And I do have another Vestal to think about, but my roster's full. But there's solutions to that. I can't upgrade the size of my roster. I have the heirlooms to do it, and that may be the right course. But that's it for now. This is Asher. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and thanks for your patience with the post-commentary. And if you want to be on the death roster, by all means, plenty of room available. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.